Here we are given this function sine of under root a square minus 3 into x plus cos of under root b square plus 7 into x. This is periodic function. At the same time, we are given a and b are natural numbers. Natural numbers means 1, 2, 3, 4 likewise. Okay. Then what is the period of this function? Okay. So for sin x, we know the period is 2 pi. Right. Sin x, the period is 2 pi. Similarly, cos x also, the period is 2 pi. What does that mean? The sine, it will take one cycle, it will take a period of 2 pi. So for example, like this, the green one, it is taking one complete cycle after every 2 pi units. Likewise, see minus 2 pi to 0 is 1 unit, one full cycle, and 0 to 2 pi is another full cycle. Again, 2 pi to 4 pi is another full cycle. Likewise, it will complete one cycle in 2 pi units. Similarly, cos also, it will complete one cycle in 2 pi units. Okay, so if we say something like sine 2x, what does that mean? It will complete two cycles in 2 pi units. Right, two cycles. That means each cycle will be completed in 2 pi by 2, which is 5 units. Okay, what does it mean? Sine 2x means it will complete two cycles in 2 pi units. Sine nx means it will complete n cycles in 2 pi units. So each cycle will complete in 2 pi by n. So for example, cos 4 pi. Cos 4 pi means it will complete 4 cycles in 2 pi units of period, 2 pi units. Right? That means each cycle will be 2 pi by 4, which is equal to pi by 2. For example, this graph of cos. This red graph is actually cos 4x. What does that mean? It is completing each cycle in pi by 2. So one full cycle, second full cycle, third full cycle, and fourth full cycle in 2 pi units. Okay, 4 cycles in 2 pi. This is cos 4x. Now, here we are given this function is periodic. This function is periodic. What does that mean? Sin x is completing some cycles, let's say n cycles, and cos x is completing some m cycles, and in a period of p. Right? What does that mean? That means right this one, right? Sin x is completing some cycles, and cos x is also completing some other number of cycles in the same period p. Then only it will be periodic, right? That period is p is periodic. Now here this is n sin nx or sin nx or sin mx, whatever. So each sine cycle is taking 2 pi by under root a square minus 3 units, right? And let us say it is taking n cycles, and this should be equal to m cycles also, m cycles of cos. This also should give the same period p, right? So n cycles with each cycle taking this much time, and m cycles with each cycle taking this much time, then both should be equal to some period p. Then only these are periodic, right? After they will coincide after m cycles of sine or m cycles of cos, and the same cycle will repeat. Right, together they will repeat because this is addition. For example, if after every three cycles and three cycles of sine, two cycles of cos. That means 3 into 2 total after every 6 cycles, both will coincide. Okay. So n cycles of this period. That means total period will be this much. N into 2 pi by s square minus 3. And m cycles of this much. That means total period is this much. Right. And both periods should be equal. Then only they will coincide. And that becomes the period of this function. Right. Now we will cancel this 2 pi and pi. We will be left with n by m is equal to under root a square minus 3 by under root b square plus 7. Now if we clearly see n and m are integers, obviously then this fraction also has to be integers. And there are square roots. What does that mean? A square minus 3 and b square minus b square plus 7, these should be perfect squares. And we are also given a comma b are natural numbers. Right, we are given a comma b are natural numbers, and this fraction has to be has to be rational, right? It cannot be rational because n by m is rational, right? So n is an integer, m is an integer. So a square minus 3, under root of a square minus 3 and under root of by under root of b square plus 7, this fraction should be rational. That means the square root should be a perfect square. That means a square minus 3 also should be a perfect square and b square plus 7 should be a perfect square. Then only the square root of that will become a rational number, right? Let us try with a. Obviously, a square minus 3 it should be greater than 0. So a should be greater than 1. Right, a is 1, it is not possible. When a is 2, it is leading to 2 square minus 3 under root 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1. When a is equal to 1. And similarly, when b equal to root 2, 3, it is not working. When b equal to 3, when b is equal to 3, then 3 square 9 plus 7, 16 root is 4. Right. So what does that mean? N by m is equal to 1 by 4. What does that mean? This equation is actually sin x plus cos 4x. This is n, this is n, right? So what does that mean? N cycles of sine. After one cycle of sine and 4 cycles of cos, that is the period. One cycle of sine, it is taking 2 pi. And 4 cycles of cos, that is also taking uh, 2 pi, right? Each cycle is taken here. Each cycle is taken when a is equal to what? A is equal to 1. Sorry, a is equal to 2. A is equal to 2 and b equal to 3. So 4 square, 2 square minus 3, which is equal to 1. A is equal to 2. Each cycle is taking 2 pi. So one cycle of sine, each cycle 2 pi. One cycle of sine. And each cycle pi by 2 and 4 cycles of cos. Right. So that is exactly this graph. So what is the period now? Period is actually 2 pi. Sine is taking 2 pi and within the same period, cos is taking 4 cycles. That is equal to pi by 2. Right. So in these cases, what we have to see is whenever sine this thing, sine some x plus cos some x is given, so both have to be rational first. If we have irrational, they will never coincide. Right. So they have to be rational and that's why. And the proof of that rational is this. Why they have to be rational? Because this has to complete some n cycles, this has to complete m cycles. So obviously, then these two have to be rational only. So one cycle of sine with a period of 2 pi, that is this, and 4 cycles of cos, each one with a period of pi by 2, that is the red one, again 4 cycles. They will coincide again at every 2 pi units. Okay. So this is completing 4 times and this is completing 1 time. So obviously together they will complete the cycle after about 2 pi units. So the correct answer is 2 pi. Right guys?